Probably coming in. Just a little.
Any minute now.
He said,
yeah, I said, yeah, I forgot to tell you there was a fucking mystery. He goes, yeah, I know, it's great.
Number 2? Yeah. This guy. I'm sorry, yeah. Number 2, you're chilling. That's the guy. You know, I'm looking around for money because I can't hear it.
Downstairs. Yeah, here you go. Hey, Dad. That's my wife.
That's Jack. We don't know where the hell Jack is. No. Where's Jack?
This one time on God's here.
Oh, you did? Oh, I didn't.
Everything automatic. That's cool. That's cool. Yeah.
From this one for you.
Good. Good. That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Wicked shit. I almost ate my whole night. Let's get right to it. This is no good. Screw the house and horse. You gotta give him something.
Hey, I'm not at work. Bears over there.
Where?
Like it.
Oh, thanks.
Everybody got invitations. Everybody got invitations. Yeah. Come out of the house, I said, come on, man. No, we can talk.
Hey, you're the MC, huh?
I'm the MC.
How long is this party, man?
2 weeks.
So let me see. I gotta see the back of your shirt, man. Okay, there you go. There you go. Good.
Ladies and gentlemen, friends, neighbors, relatives, and gossip mongers.
Wait a minute, Charles. Don't believe everything.
We are all here to make this one night that Jack won't soon forget. And since the most of us function better after food and drink, why don't we all eat drinks and have Jack for dessert? Jack and Diane, why don't you two come here and start, lead us through the food at end of it. What? Eat. Jack, don't you
Hey, Jack, you're supposed to sit up at the front table, man. Your chair's up here.
You know when they retire, you gotta lead them around.
To the food?
Okay, we bought all the food at Kroger's, so you're supposed to sit down. Okay, why don't you guys, why don't you two go up and get a plate? And what we're saying, Jack, plates are here. This is a plate. Red plate. Here, why don't you start out? No, this is Jack is concerned that we have poisonous
I'm telling you.
Yeah. Rest assured that Lisa, Jeff, Mike, and I don't know who has to take Jeff and Bill made the food. Okay, and another Lisa. If I'm anybody else not? What we'll do is we'll give Jack and Diane a chance to go around, and if we could have like 1 or 2 tables at a time.
Did you talk about the podium by chance?
Oh, would you stop? The podium was expertly, it's easy enough for me to say, I've only had 1 beer, was put together by Jack and Diane's son, Bill. And I guess with assistance from Jack over there. Great job, Bill. Great job.
Yeah, but Bill was the engineer behind it all.
Look at that, sturdy as a rock, good. Oh, that's all right. Let me see, why don't, this table right here, why don't you go right up? Help yourself. Now you know why I said
That's why I said something.
well, it's some more.
Yeah, right. You haven't got any room. Give me you got
Jack. Ain't you supposed to sit up there?
He doesn't know what to say.
Well then, this is a head table. You get to sit up there.
Just like your wedding, remember? I don't want it. It is on manual. Jerry said it should have had cabbage on the grill. What are you going to tell him?
Later after the
Just fix the plate. I'll take it to the table for you. I
don't know what to eat. I don't know what to
Having fun?
Eat that salmon?
When have you ever only eaten that much? Jeez, I'm telling you.
What I'd like to do now is it's time to have some fun, folks. And we're going to get rolling on with this. I can explain that picture. Some of you may know him as John. or Hump, and I just heard Humpster, that's a new one. And his family will always remember him as a son. I'm sure he hasn't heard in a few years. So on behalf of Jack and his family, thanks for coming. During the next several hours, we want to relive the highs and the low light of his career. I ask you to sit with us and maybe join us in the tales of life with Jack. To give him the proper frame of mind, Jack, a little bit more. You have to cooperate now. Tell me the other day. Here is your official retirement party costume. Now, while he is going through this little exercise,
Wait till me and the wife go to bed tonight.
we don't hear anything about your sexual fantasies.
Who's the lucky one?
While he's trying to
Well, man,
do this
lucky.
thing, Jack and our opinion, what we've learned over many years, he has always been destined to be a Highland hero. Now, how I know this is I had to go back into his archives. We have to be honored by Jack.
Get that costume on.
You want some help?
Get this from Las Vegas.
Okay. You're going to have to fast. All right.
By the time he gets out of there,
Now you have to put it on. This is called retired, no lock, no phone, no money, and no worries. You have to put it on. And you have to wear this. It's big.
that priest still in?
If you got something to go with it, you may be sorry you said that. Now you have to. Now isn't that true? I will tell you what it was. See, you thought that was just a plain tricycle. That was in his advanced training stage. So he started very young.
Put it on! But don't take your other shirt off, man. Whatever you do.
We just take
Wear it. You don't think we got all these people here with cameras and you're going to wear it just picture?
Want to see my scar?
Oh yeah. Diane, get his flower. I mean, Mom. It hasn't set in yet.
I really feel for you guys that had to work with it. We have a few stories. We're not going to be any problem with this. Hey, that looks pretty good. I'll wear that in work. Wear it anywhere. We're going to work next Thursday.
We are able to guard. You're not welcome here anymore.
Okay, get the rest of the wardrobe.
Okay, now put your hand on it. Then you feel all set. There you go. I had to go to a 10 laundry shop to get that. As you know, behind every successful man, there's a woman. And in Jack's case, there's a whole army of support, including, and I'd like to introduce, and I'd like, as I introduce you, please stand up. His wife of 35 years in October. I mean, this woman needs a Purple Heart. Mike and Jack's two grandchildren, Stacy and John.
Where's Stacy and John?
Mike, as some of you know, had the pleasure of working for A&T and Farm Jackson. Also, his daughter Lisa and granddaughter Haley, and his favorite son-in-law Jeff Boyer.
Where's Haley? I don't know. I think I kidnapped her.
And his two other sons, Bill and Jeff.
He said stand up, man.
Also at the head of the table is his younger sister, Mildred. And of course, yours truly, his much younger brother. And I've been known as Charles the Brat. Whatever, I don't know what they mean by that. By the time we are finished, you will better understand how this degenerate retiree that we honored tonight got to his present state of mind. Believe me, it took many, many years of hard work on his part to get this far. What I'd like to do, what we're going to do tonight, we put a list around of people that would like to tell stories, and some of you are a little reluctant. This is as we go along. If you've got a story, just put your hands up and right up. We're just going to keep it family, friends, however we want to do it. We don't have a set procedure. So, someone like to be the first person? I like all these volunteers. Well, let me. Jack, I'm going to start. Just get the room moving. We have looked for a couple of Iowa boys.
That's Jerry.
But you're lucky we couldn't find him. Not. Iowa drivers never retire. They just lose their lift.
Lose their lip? That was good.
Okay, we're ready to go. This is just five. Would you like to take it first? I sort of warned you up. Would you like to?
Give him a hand.
All right.
You want to come up and be the first? Do you want to come up and be the first? Tell us something about Jack.
Give him a round of applause, folks.
Good job.
Sure will.
Okay.
Well, thanks a
You
lot,
have a
buddy.
good retirement. So
You're
I'm
next,
following
huh?
you a couple of years.
Hey, come on, buddy.
Yeah.
Come on.
Okay.
Thank you. Iowa drivers never retire. They just work around. Okay, this young man, what's your name? Bob? Bob's there. He's got, I'm sure, a good story. I just retired. But anyhow, John and I worked many years ago, and if you can visualize a room about 3/4 the size of this, it's a cage. So what we did, there was a great big garbage can, 55-gallon drum, and at this particular time, there was toys coming back into the warehouse. So we had a little toy that popped balls up against the top of it. So what I did, I put a whole bunch of cardboard in it, and I put this
toy, and then I put a cardboard on top of it. Well, there was only one exit to this cage that we were in. And this thing kept popping, and I said, "Oh, John, look over there, there's a rat in the garbage can." So anyhow, he went and got the broom. I mean, he swatted that thing, the broom busted, right? So then this thing kept popping because you wound it up. Well, when he run for a shovel or something, we wind it up and put it back together. It was popping up and the cardboard was jumping, you know. So I need a big shovel. He went and got a great big shovel and hit that thing, busted it all up. And he looked down in there and the thing didn't work anymore. And I said, "Oh, John, you killed it." And he said, "Yeah, but I ain't going in looking." You remember that? Oh,
yeah. Again, that's all we're expecting. If you just raise your hands and say, "Man, I got one," and they don't, that's all about. You know, Jack was really impressed that he got 2 gold watches. I called Jack last Friday and told him I couldn't make it up here for this. For his retirement. And so he told me he was really quite impressed and proud that he was able to get 2 retirement watches. Well, however, I think the reason he really got 2 watches so he could tell if he was coming or going. Now let me see. With someone else. Come on up, Jimmy.
Our paper, you haven't seen them all. Hi, I'm Jim Hayes. I worked with John for about 30 years. Been there 35. Well, I don't know if he told you about the little trick I pulled on him last Friday. We took up a little collection, you know, got him a car, nice cake. So anyway, I said, "John, I'd like you to open up this card. It's from the guy." So he opened up the card, he looked, and he started to laugh. I put down, "John, I went to the racetrack last night. Here's what you have left of the money. Losing tickets." But then I gave him the envelope, the guy took him up and collected it. Then there was another thing John did to my wife that I was really upset about.
All right,
Excellent chili. Well, anyway, one day I brought a big pot in for all the guys. You know, everybody had some chili and all that. So John, he looked at me and he said, "Boy," he said, "you haven't got any more of that, have you?" I said, "No, John, I haven't." Well, Jerry said, "John, how would you rate that from 1 to 10, 10 being the top?" He said, "Boy," he said, "I'll give that a 2. Everybody looked at him, you know, and he said, "Jim, you know, if you had another bowl, I'd give it a 1. Well, anyway, you know, I told him, I said, "Boy, wait till I tell Jack." I got home and I told Jackie, I said, "You know what John did?" So I told John, I said, "Jackie, he'll never send you another bowl of chili." But anyway, we worked with John. He was a real good worker when you could get him to work. Most of the time, one of us had to go upstairs and say, "Hey, John, the dock's loaded, we need you downstairs." Jerry needs a hand. And Jerry had to go to the clinic maybe 10 or 12 times for the bad back. I asked Jerry, "How come you're back all the time?" He said, "If you had to carry John, you're back in the I apologize, Jerry. So you're back, Jeff?
Sure, make time.
Now, this is Jeff's, or this is Jack's favorite son-in-law.
Yeah.
Jeff Boyer. Well, it might be adult, but it's his favorite.
He did. And I wanted to show you, he cut me down.
So,
since he cut the deck, I figured I could use this in what I'm talking about. You see, it's the same deck. They're all different with the red on the back. So it's like a regular deck, except for they're two different halves. So I thought the cool thing is to let chance take its course. So what I'll try to do is, since we do ladies first, I want you, Diane, or may I call you Mom? Okay. Mom, I'm gonna mix this deck up, and I'm gonna see if this works out. I want you to point to any card here, okay? Any card at all that you want. Just point to any card you want. Just go ahead and point. Not that one. Go ahead and point no, that's okay. You want that one, or you want something different? I knew I'd do it. Which one you want? I forgot. This one here. Okay. Let's show everybody what card you chose. Is that okay? Are you excited to know? Oh, you should know. Okay.
You want to sit my lap or what?
Okay. Do you see it? Okay, you take that. Now hang on to it. Now this is the other deck, okay? Now, Jack, you tell me when to stop at any time. I'm going to mix these up so that they're really different. Really different. Okay, now that's it. Just point to any one you want. You can point to free choice. Really a free choice. Which one you want? Okay, this one here? Okay. Now, we probably shouldn't show what this is, okay? But I'll explain what I'm doing in a minute, okay? So, we're going to put it right next to your face there, okay? Sorry. Just hold it right there, and don't move it. Don't move it. Don't move it at all. Because what the thing is here is, that they both picked like a black card, like a spade and a heart, or a spade and a, what's the other one?
Hello.
Thank you. That's pretty good. And if it's, just if it's a black card at any kind, that means they got something in common. If she's got a 5 of spades and he's a 5 of hearts, even though they're opposite colors, they're both 5s. Or even if you got a 4, they've got something in common. Now, the more the card is alike, the more they have something in common. Now, Jack, I want you just to peek and tell everybody. No, hang on. Let's see what your card does first. Show everybody. Okay, so she's got a 9 of clubs. So hold it up. Which is cool, okay? So if he has a club or a spade, we're okay. And if he's close to a 9. Do you remember what it's from? Yeah. What's his name? No. Okay, I think I screwed up on this. Sure. Jack, can you just tell everybody what this card is? Just peek and look at it and tell everybody in a loud voice what it is.
9 of clubs.
No, don't joke with them, really. Tell them what it is. Because that's nice. Show them. Is it? They're mad.
Hit the road, Jack, and don't come back. And although you've only been retired a week, I understand that your neighbors have been complaining about all the racket coming out of your house. They told me they saw you chasing Diane through the house saying, "I got you, babe." And also, Diane was overheard telling her friends that after having you home for a week, she was saying, "Get a job." I'd like to spend the next few minutes telling you what it was like living with Big Brother over here.
I'd like to tell how it was.
While Jack was in his youth years, he and his buddies were feeling their Cheerios, as most teenagers do. They had their own version of cowboys and Indians. I want you to vision this if you can. Here's Jack, 3 or 4 of his buddies, out in the middle of a field. And what did they do? They tied one of the guys to a stake. And then they torched the field. Now this is Mr. Quietness over here. Fortunately for the guy that was on the stake, they got him out of there before they burned their field out.
You animal.
As I said earlier, I believe Jack was always groomed to work at A&P. Even as a teenager, he was working in produce. As we were growing up in Warren, which I don't know if you know it, he's an East Sider. you know, far away.
Converted.
As we were growing up, we raised rabbits. As you know, rabbits love vegetables, carrots, lots of lettuce, etc. And since we had an A&P store just a couple blocks away, Jack would always pick out the finest veggies out of the garbage bin for these poor rabbits. You haven't heard anything yet. I have to admit one thing. There is a definite disadvantage having an older brother. Especially when you have to follow him through the same schools. I will always remember my first week as a freshman in a new high school. Some of the teachers I had, they said, matter of fact, one, his name was Mr. Skiba, mathematics instructor said, do you have an older brother? And I said, yes. Is his name John Humphries? And I said, I started to get a little nervous, I started to break out, and I said, well, yes, it is. He pointed his finger in my face, and he says, I'm going to tell you right now, if you think you're going to pull the same crap he did, I will personally kick you out of school. Having fun yet? Oh, I've been working up on that. Also, Jack was a connoisseur of fine foods when he was in his 20s. And I can see why. I think right after this, we're going to hear a couple more stories. The goldfish? Hey, Alfred, the goldfish?
Yeah, Bob.
As I said, he was a connoisseur. Jack used to like to try different things, sort of out of the ordinary. And one of his creations, if you can imagine, was a peanut butter and onion sandwich. Now for years, now you have to remember, he's quite a bit older than I was, and I was young, and he said, keep emphasizing that. Go ahead and try this, you'll love it. And I did the same thing. Oh, you kidding. Well, he caught me at a weak moment, I think when I was like 13. And I tried it. For the next week, every time, excuse the expression, burped, it was either taste onions or taste peanut butter. I was sick for about a week on that. And it's only been the last couple years since I've gone back to peanut butter. And I don't dare put peanut butter in anywhere near an onion. Oh, man.
You probably didn't fry it.
I mean, he ate it raw, about a half-inch thick of the beautiful onion.
You got me hooked on it.
I'm interested to hear a story about a goldfish. Who'd like to share that? Well,
Maybe I better not tell.
Yeah. Go ahead. Give my hand, folks.
Charles, how about the dog food sandwich he ate?
What was the name? Bill Miller. Bill Miller? When they went out and Did I tell that?
oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
Well, anyhow, I'd like to know. This guy named Bill Miller, he worked at Humphries in this cage. Like I said, we've been shifting around for 30 some odd years in the AP system. Well, anyhow, John and Bill Miller went out one night and they really got bombed. That's back in my younger days. I mean, really bad. So anyhow, John says, I'm hungry, Bill. Bill invited him in, you know. So the kids had a goldfish bowl where, so John took the goldfish out of the goldfish bowl and just swallowed it. Stole the kids the Chihuahua.
I don't even want to know about that. And I thought the peanut butter and onion was bad. As a young driver, and again this goes back when Jack was in his 20s, he was known as a speed demon.
No.
Actually, this is...
I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
Actually, I put a title to this. It's actually known as the Tale of the Hare and the Tortoise. Long before the advent of I-75, anyone traveling Northern Michigan, of course, you had to go up telegraphing if you wanted to get up there sometime during the same day. Mom and Dad always rented a cottage up at Holton Lake, and they took off this one day. They got an early start. Jack decided, since he was driving, that we would get a later start. We took off. As you know, Holton Lake's probably 180, 190 miles. I-75, we're driving like a normal person. We probably get there in 3 hours. Well, back going telegraph, you had to go through Bay City, Saginaw, Midland, and all that from there. Let me tell you, it was a white-knuckle drive. He was shooting through those dark roads at 85 miles an hour, hairpin drives and all that. And of course, being young, you couldn't show any fear. You know, you had to act nice and calm. Hey, this is cool. This brother's driving. We got up there. We left the house, like I said, at 6:30. We pulled in the door at 8:45. Let me tell you. I got out. Actually, I fell out of the car and kissed the ground. Now, we have to sort of compare this to Jack of today. I have been told that it takes him 3 hours to go from telegraph and 5 miles to 8 miles. And he's speeding. Matter of fact, I may have one better than that. Recently, Jack and Diane had just come back from Atlanta, Georgia, or in that area. They left on Sunday. They got to Atlanta on Friday. The state police look out for them for 4 days. So, I don't know, Jack. I heard something about you drive the high wall the same way. I don't know.
There was cobwebs on the wheels.
Oh my God.
As most people mature, get older, they sort of mellow out. They slow down and enjoy the more sane things in life. Well, for the most part, Jack has followed that route. However, there are times he sort of lapses back into his younger years, refusing to settle into a life of normal people. Here, ladies and gentlemen, now vision this just for a second, is a quiet animal who, at 55 years old, is popping wheelies on a motorcycle with his 80-year-old Aunt Francie hanging on for dear life. Now, yeah, it was my damn bike, too. It never ran right after I let him drive it. Never. It never went back on the road again. You killed it. Jimmy said, what do you mean it's got 5 years? I thought it stopped at 3. Jim, you going to come up and tell us?
I want to tell about Jack the party animal. I'm Jack's brother, I'm Diane's brother. Just want to tell you what a party animal Jack is and what a blinding fellow he is when the ships are down too. Picture this. This is New Year's 1973, 21 years ago. Party at our house. Great party. One thing missing, we needed a New Year's baby. Our New Year's baby. Nothing on but a lampshade and a diaper. I think it was a bed sheet. And after he filled the roll of baby, he was ready to crawl home. Literally. It was only a mile, so I don't think he
You want it by more than one person.
I don't know.
You have Uncle Chuck, man.
Been around for a while.
That's too much already.
I thought we would preserve them for posterity.
Okay, cool.
No runs, no lunch.
Actually, that's my family. No, I'm sorry. Excuse me. What is that? It's fast. I want to do something wrong. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's in my mouth. See? I want to do something real special, so I brought, so let's see what you think of this. Well, I'm not sure I know what some of this is. But it's the wrong side anyhow. Anyhow, you do. I wanted to make it something real special because, hi Ely, how you doing? How you doing? Because I make balloon stuff, you know that, don't you? Okay. And I was working on a real good one for you, because it's retirement. So I was talking to your friends at work. They tell me what kind of guy you were. Here it is. You're a worm. No, that wasn't really the thing. In younger days, he was a worm with a pimple. Okay, anyhow, hang on to that for a second. Okay, I wanted to hang on to that for a second, if you don't mind. Why don't you sit down and grab it? There you go. Yeah. So you should run the house. I wanted to hang on to this one, by the way, because I wanted to do something that was really good. I made a balloon for Grandpa Chuck. Okay, there you go. You want a balloon? There you go. Okay, so hang on to that one, by the way. I wanted to make it something that was really kind of special. I had to make sure it was the right color. Okay. Okay. No, this is for Grandpa, man. Okay, now I know that since you're a pretty old guy, you're pretty smart by now. So, I want to ask you some questions. Do you know what the word like pink means? You know, it means you smell bad. Anyhow. Oh, I'm sorry. You should have sat there, man. Alright, well, anyhow, what I wanted to make for you was something really special. So, there we go. It kind of goes with retirement, because when you get old, you get extinct, so you're old as a dinosaur again. So this is a stegosaurus. And that's a stegosaurus hat. It goes on your head like that. Yeah. One thing I wanted to tell you is I talked to some of your friends with, well, Uncle Chuck told me a little bit about what you were when you were younger, you know? Yeah. He said you were pretty much all hands. To signify that, here's an octopus for you. Really disgusting. So, actually, I want to make it something that, to be married to a guy named Jack, well, I mean, Johnny, which we all have one in our house.